Welcome everyone to another episode on our channel. Today we're going to do an unboxing. This is the White Wolf or The Witcher from the television series of the same name. Henry Cavill plays The Witcher. He also plays Superman, so you recognize that name. The unfortunate thing about this figure is not the figure itself. It's just simply that I cannot find a 1/6 scale figure of Yennefer, who plays in the television series as well. And that's the frustration you have oftentimes with 1/6 scale figures, or any figures for that matter. Sometimes you can only find one figure. You won't be able to find a complementary figure from the TV series or the movie or what have you. And if you don't have certain skills, you won't be able to customize the figure. I did find a place that offers the clothing at 1/6 scale for Yennefer, but unfortunately, I would have a difficult time finding a head that would do justice to the figure. Anyway, that is a continuous frustration, especially if you don't have sculpting skills to create a head and or painting skills to paint the head once you create the head sculpt. So we just hope in time a figure for Yennefer comes out that is the appropriate size 1/6 scale. In the meantime, we're going to open up The Witcher. We'll pause now and I'll get set up for that process. We are back and I have my X-Acto knife if we need it. It looks like it just has a couple pieces of tape. Okay, good. And we'll pull it out so you can see the cover. Everything's so slippery. All right. So this is a great piece of artwork. Great piece of artwork on the box. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's fantastic. So it is one of those boxes that you can kind of jiggle free, which is nice, and there is no tape. So those circular pieces that keep things shut. So there's not any on this side nor on that side. So we're good to go. We just need to open this baby up. Basically jiggling it. There we go. Okay. And another piece of artwork. I think that is wonderful. So it says, evil is evil, lesser, greater, milling. It's all the same. Love the picture. Okay. So that then comes out. Okay. Oh, so it comes with instructions. Highly unusual. Most of the time we get boxes that have no instructions whatsoever in them. So that's kind of nice. It's just basically telling me how to put the head on. Oh, he comes with two heads. Okay. All right, so let me get this out. Oh, wow. Okay, so there are two pieces. All right. So let's see what we have here. Thank goodness no tape on the plastic piece here. I hate it when they do that. All right, let's get the figure out first. He has molded hair, which I could tell by the photograph. Turn his head this way. Let me get him more straight looking. There we go. Oh, he kind of clicks as you move the joints apart. Actually, it's not a bad. Nope, not a bad face sculpt. Very good, actually. And we'll get tighter close-ups once we get him set up. So that's looking nice. There's an extra head. And I wonder how it's different. Let's get it out. Oh, I don't like that one. That one is kind of the mean look. Not my thing. Nah, that one's going back. I'm not returning it, no, but I'm not going to use that head, that's for sure. Not my thing. Okay. Okay, 2 sets. Whoops, sorry about that. 2 sets of hands. So, looks like the number 3 for the left hand. We've got one kind of in a partial fist. So you can hold something in that one. That's one. That one's going to take a bit coming out. Well, that's a first. Let me try to get it from the other end. There we go. All right, this one is completely closed, this particular fist. Completely closed. This one's open so it can hold something. Let me try getting this one out from the other side. That's a completely closed fist as well. All right, so we have 2 closed fists, one opening that's kind of has basically a grasping, so you can hold something in your hand. And this one has like 3 fingers up. So that's in addition to the relaxed hands that he has on his body. You have to trust me on that. I don't want to waste time pulling the plastic off. That'll take some time to do. Okay. So this looks to be perhaps a cloth package of money would be my guess. It's basically very tiny. Yeah, I think maybe it would hold money. I'm going to guess, unless there's something I'm missing here. Okay, so that's for the first part of the box, which I'll just put there. Okay, and so we have the bottom part. Okay. Trying to figure this out. Oh, wow. That is a monster's hand. I bet that goes on the stand somewhere. It's going to be my guess. And so we do have a stand. It's just a very smooth stand. No artwork on it. I'm always afraid that I'm going to push it in too hard and scrape it. Let's see if it goes in nicely. Compared to a lot of stands I put in, that one was a breeze. It is a little loose though, like one I opened not too long ago. So I imagine the hand would be displayed, the monster hand displayed next to the stand somehow. Okay, so we'll put that over here, out of the way. Oh, wow. Okay, let me look at this first. The oh, wow, I'll save for last. I think this is going to be a cape. It's going to be my guess. Yeah, okay. So it basically is a cape. And there's wire throughout the whole thing. From the hood down the sides. Oh, there is no wire at the bottom. So it will drape at the bottom, but you can pose it on the sides and along the hood. Okay. And okay, so we have some circular metal-like pieces. In case you lose something like on his harness here, these, I'll put it in an angle, you can see it better. The two pieces there, looks like we have some extra pieces. That's good. It looks like another piece of, or article of clothing, but I'm curious what it could be. Oh, maybe not. Okay, this is like, I think, like a bedroll. Or something he would carry over his shoulder. I don't see anything for like a blanket or anything like that. And it's way too big for like a sword. Maybe his cape goes in there if he wants to carry that around. I don't know. I have to look at the instructions. This is what I think is really cool. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at that. Can you see it? Oh my gosh. That is definitely made out of metal. And the shading on the handle is very nice. It's like bone white, but on the edges, both edges, there's a little darkening. So they actually created a palette of colors here. And it weighs something. That's really cool. Not just one sword, though. Wow. Okay, so he has two swords. So this has a gold medallion, it looks like. And it's primarily silver at the top. Of course, it's made out of metal as well. I wasn't expecting two swords, to be honest. And it looks like one other thing. Ah, it's a necklace. So, there you go. A necklace. Actually, I thought it was a knife at first, the way it was positioned in the bottom of the box. So I think I have everything. Yeah, I have everything. So we'll pause now. I'll get the plastic things off his hands and feet. I will look in the instructions to see if I could get more information about this bag and about this thing, which looks like a money pouch of some form. All right. The necklace is the necklace. He has 2 swords and the monster claw. That is awesome. I was not expecting that for some reason. I knew a cape was going to be in there, which I very much like. All right, so we'll pause and we'll get him set up so you can see him better. We are back. I've taken the plastic off his arms and off his feet. I do have this this bag over one shoulder. He has a sheath on his back. And this is where you would obviously put a sword. You could either put the one with the medallion on it here or the more bone-colored one. I kind of like this one. My husband kind of likes this one. We'll just keep this one in place here. I have him so he's kind of reaching back to grab his sword. I don't think I will pose him with the bag. I would rather pose him with the cape on, to be honest. I have the monster foot, dragon foot, whatever it is here. The one thing that struck me, though, when the head is firmly in place is that it almost looks like he doesn't have a neck. My 2 cents would be is just to elevate it a bit. And it won't be tight, and you'd have to be careful when you're moving it around, but he looks so much better when you see the neck a little more visible. So here he is. We'll get some close-ups from here on up, and then we'll get a tight close-up of his face, and then I'll take the bag off and we'll put the cape on and see how that does in terms of an overall look. But from what I'm seeing so far, this is actually made by BUZZTOYS. I think they did a pretty darn good job on this character. Here's a closer look at him. You can see his necklace. That's a nice touch there. The harness here is in the back, what's used for the sheath. Again, you can put either sword in here. If you're going to use this one, I would say have the medallion facing outward. I've got the hand changed so it's more of a gripping hand. So if he wants to use the sword, that can be done with this particular hand. The nice thing is when I pulled the relaxed hand out of this wrist, the wrist connecting piece didn't break like it did in another figure I unboxed the other day. And he does have extra wrist connectors if something does break, so that's really nice. You can see his neck is showing here. I like that look a lot better than really, pressing it down as it should be. It just looks he looks too short there. To have a visible neck is much better in my mind. The outfit looks like it's studded and it has a raised feel to it. So, if you were reading Braille, you could feel something there. So he looks quite sharp, I think. I think the head sculpt is great. I wish they would have done, instead of molded hair, more flowing hair. But, it's still very nicely done. So this is a BUZZTOYS 1/6 scale figure. I think they did a great job It's probably the best one I've seen in terms of The Witcher. And I'm definitely not disappointed with this one. So we'll pause now and get a close-up of his face. Okay, here's a close-up of his face. I love it myself, other than the molded hair. But even with the molded hair, I think it's a great head sculpt. I really wanted you to see him with his cloak on. He looks awesome with it on. The only thing that's going to change with the cape on, the cloak on, is that you're going to have to put the sword in his hand. There's no way for that sword to fit in the sheath in the back. So you can't pose him as if he's going to grab his sword. It already has to be in his hand. The nice thing about the cape, though, is it does hold his head up a little bit better so you can see his neck and he doesn't look so scrunched down. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to pose him. I think I kind of like the hand reaching for the sword, but I'll figure it out. Regardless, I think he looks great. BUZZTOYS did a great job. I wish they would come out with a Yennefer, or somebody would come out with a Yennefer. That's the darnest part about sometimes this collecting process. You can get one figure, but not perhaps the two most primary characters of a movie or TV series. I'll do my best to try to find a head sculpt that works for Yennefer, but I just wish somebody would come out with her. Anyway, he looks great. I wanted to hold this for a few seconds so you could see it a little bit better. It's an awesome looking dragon foot. Put it back down. So here's one last look at our figure. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.